Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Screen. I'm Andrew, and this is Tom.
You know, I guess I'm here.
It is the Steamed Hams themed week here at Shake the Box, and what better way to celebrate it but to play a Simpsons game? I chose this one because it's Bart's having a nightmare about school, and you know that's what Steamed Hams is
now,
about.
Now, what is Steamed Hams?
That's what I call hamburgers.
This game just drops you right in, by the way.
Yeah.
There's no fanfare. You're just Bart's falling. He's having a dream about that, and now he's asleep.
Now the reason why Tom's here is because if I'm correct, I don't think Chris has seen The Simpsons.
He's not seen The Simpsons.
It's strange,
which is not great. I don't know why he's on a channel with the Steamed Hams week.
I mean, because I pushed this. Like this was the idea.
That's a good reason.
I really wanted this to happen, and here we are, Steamed Hams week. What I'd like to discuss today is Steamed Hams the movie. How do we adapt this this beloved
How do you
Simpsons
adapt
sketch?
this 2-minute and 30-second sketch into a full-length feature film?
Yes, or at the very least, an episode of The Simpsons, a full episode.
A full episode.
But I'd like, if we could do the movie, that'd be great. So I've got some thoughts.
Okay. I'm very interested in these thoughts because my first instinct is to say no. You absolutely can't do that.
I think you can, and I think what people might fear is that, it starts and ends in the same place as the sketch does. But I'd say no. I think the events of the sketch are pretty much like either the third act or like near the end of the second act.
Okay, so you want to make a prequel to Steamed Hams?
A prequel and a sequel, in a way.
Okay.
So I'm sort of feeling maybe Steamed Hams is sort of like, have you seen The Birdcage?
No.
Well, I don't want to spoil The Birdcage.
Okay. Well.
But let's just say in the vaguest way possible that there is a dinner party that everything hinges on, that it must go right.
Okay.
And so that's what I was sort of thinking of, like Steamed Hams, like like Act 1, Act 2, whatever. Skinner and Chalmers, they're up to their usual.
Well, Bart died.
Bart woke up and he did bad on his test. And this is just to break for a moment here. I love how angry Lisa is. Why is she so mad?
Oh.
She shouldn't be that mad. So, jeez, and 420. Yeah, it's the weed number. You did it.
He did it.
You did it.
We got the best possible score.
That's the best score.
Good lord.
Egads.
Wow. Egads, my roast is ruined.
So yeah. All right. So what I'm saying is that like the first chunk, like the first part of the Steamed Hams film would be Skinner and Chalmers establishing their relationship. How much Skinner he really blows it, and he's got to make it up to him, and he talks up this luncheon.
Okay.
He talks it up real big, and he promises so many things. And Chalmers is almost like he wants an excuse to fire him. As he does. Like those are the stakes. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's like the rest of the movie is like maybe or episode is Skinner and his roast. Like maybe this is an old family recipe, Skinner roast, and maybe he's talking to his mother. I'm going to assume for the moment that the Armin Tamzarian angle.
Yeah, you want to assume it's the good Simpsons.
Let's retcon Simpsons. That. This is good Simpsons because it's from a good season, so it's a good. So Skinner is getting this old family recipe from his mother, and she's not a very supportive character to. She always criticizes.
Yeah, of course.
So you can't stray from the character that much. What I might think is that if this is a movie, and it's a movie starring Skinner, maybe this is the time where we see a side of Agnes Skinner that we haven't seen before, where she is proud of her son, but she can't show it. And maybe they bond over this roast.
Okay.
So I'm thinking like there's that kind of whole setup, and there's the whole steamed hams happens. You know, he messes up. They burns the roast right away, and he's got to think on his feet. And he does this. He disguises fast food as his own cooking, and the whole thing goes on without a hitch. And at the end, the house starts burning down, and he ignores his mother's cries for help.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking when he comes back, like, she's not dead, but maybe she feels like betrayed, or maybe she's like passed out, like movie passed out, where it's like, she's fine, don't worry about it. But like, you know, it's a concern.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, Skinner's like, oh man, I've been trying to impress this, you know, the superintendent. I forgot about what really matters. And then like maybe then the third act happens.
Oh.
And then he finally confronts Chalmers, and he's like, Chalmers, you've been pushing me around for too long. You know, I'm not gonna take this from you anymore. And he's like, Skinner, you finally stood up to me, and that's all that matters.
Oh, so he's gonna learn a lesson from his mother on this.
I'm kind of just spitballing here.
There's definitely an arc there.
There's an arc.
That's good.
That's what I'm looking for. Is like an arc. Like Skinner has to learn about family. I feel like I know that's what I feel, because like, you know, you got the cool kids and you got your real friends. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to press the cool kids, and so like you dump on your real friends, and then when everything's been dumped, who is there? Your real friends, and it's like,
in this case, you're controlling mother.
And that could be the fun Simpsons wry twist, because in the old good episodes, there wasn't necessarily like this deep moral kind of solution. There was always sort of this like sardonic kind of poke at that, and in the end, Skinner stands up to the principal, but he'll never stand up to his mother, and that's what's funny.
That's the lesson then. It's a very serious way to go for it. It's a very serious episode of The Simpsons.
I mean, I think there's definitely room. I mean, like I imagine it contains the entirety of Steamed Ham, so there's definitely jokes. Like I think there's got to be an arc. If this isn't a movie, if this is an episode of The Simpsons, then you got to structure it like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And every episode of The Good Simpsons, pretty much every episode of The Good Simpsons, the first act would be completely unaffiliated with anything, and would star The Simpsons.
Yeah, it would probably be something like Bart. I was about to describe an actual episode of The Simpsons, where Bart gets Skinner in trouble, and then Skinner gets fired.
Yeah, right.
Something like that.
I think in this case, Bart's got to be involved, because it's like a rule, like it's called The Simpsons. The Simpsons have to be involved. I feel like if the movie, we had a little bit more leeway, but if it's an episode of The Simpsons, Skinner needs the help of Bart, perhaps Lisa as well. But Bart's more fun because, you know, they're rivals, they're working together, and that's a good one they came back to a few times. Mm-hmm. I really like incorporating the fact that he just lets his mother he ignores her.
Yeah, definitely. It makes it gives it a lot of plot, and it gives it a heft that I think The Simpsons has sometimes lacked in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Whoa.
Old Bart went in the door. Okay.
It looks like we got a little mini game here.
He's the Bartman.
It's Bartman. Bartman returns.
Oh, Bartman died.
Yeah, it's a bit hefty, but oh dear.
Oh no,
Bart. What are you doing?
Yeah, I like the heft of it, because I think The Simpsons is a little
it's a little shallow.
It's a little shallow sometimes.
Yeah.
That, especially in modern years, not the good episodes.
Right. But
I have no unkind words to say about the good episodes of The Simpsons.
But at the same time, they're not overly like, oh, here's the moral of the story. There's always like this fun gray area to play in.
Yeah.
And, you know, things need to kind of return to normal at the end. I just don't know how to make this episode without a rehash of...
Well, you're talking about The Simpsons here.
That's true. The Simpsons did it.
The Simpsons has done it. What if, this is going to be a very strange pairing of characters.
Sure.
What if Marge got him fired?
Oh, interesting.
And then Marge has to help him make it up for Superintendent Chalmers.
Huh.
And then you got that whole angle, because she has to teach him how to make a roast.
So, did you have an idea of how Marge could possibly get Skinner in hot water?
No. Absolutely not.
Like, is there a bake sale, or is like Marge more involved in like the PTA? Like,
yeah, maybe she reports something untoward that Skinner's doing.
Yeah.
That wasn't really bad, but when you look at it from the right angle, it is bad.
Yeah, it's one of those things where she's like, oh well, I noticed this, and then Chalmers like, oh. Well, thank you for telling me. And he's like doing all the research, and Marge doesn't realize what she's done. And this is like a big. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the episode of The Simpsons when Krusty signs the check with a stamp, and Bart gets him in trouble accidentally.
Yes.
Or the one where
that's okay. This is indistinguishable.
Or the one when they get Krusty in trouble. With the copyright, or no, it wasn't Krusty. It was Roger Myers Jr. Jr. Who's with the Itchy and Scratchy. So yeah. I guess there's the accidentally getting people in trouble is a staple.
It's the thing they do.
So yeah, maybe Marge is trying to. All right. So Act 1. Bart and Lisa.
They're on a field trip, and she's a chaperone, and they do something bad, and she should have been responsible for them, but she wasn't.
Right.
So now Skinner's gonna get fired.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I don't know why a luncheon would fix that, but
yeah. How does a luncheon fix this? And or maybe we need to go back and dissect that a little bit. Maybe we start there. Why is it? So what can we glean from Esteemed Hams? It's that he's invited him over for an unforgettable luncheon.
Yeah.
It seems rather important, at least to Skinner.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, as far as Chalmers is concerned, let's assume that he fell for it.
Yeah.
You're an odd fellow, but you steam a good ham. In the end, he fell for it. He fell for this very.
He fell for the ruse.
Yeah. So it went about according to plan for him. So the plan was eat lunch at Skinner's house, leave pretty early because, I should really, he's already got a place to be. It was not supposed to, it lasted about as long as it should have. They didn't discuss business.
They didn't really do any, well, there were scenes where they've cut away from it, so there's that cutaway in the middle, if I recall.
All right, so the cutaway is, but it's like as Skinner is going to Krusty Burger, though. And I guess we could put that in the episode.
Yeah, that's true.
He's doing a Krusty Burger. Maybe what Chalmers is doing. Maybe Bart and Lisa have to entertain him, or maybe even Marge is there. Maybe one of the Simpsons characters is talking to Chalmers.
Homer's working at Krusty Burger to make ends meet.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's gonna be plot. Yes, Homer's working at Krusty Burger. Now, if this was the new bad Simpsons, maybe Homer is doing a part in a movie. And wait, no, that's just James Woods.
That's James Woods.
All right, so it's a bad episode of The Simpsons.
Maybe Homer's doing a grease scheme. Oh, wait.
He's doing one of his grease schemes. Grandpa worked at Krusty Burger.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeez, they've done everything.
I think what we're really establishing here is that making an episode of The Simpsons is very hard.
It's not
and impossible. It makes sense why The Simpsons is so bad.
Yeah, because what else is left? So I think Homer should maybe work at Krusty Burger. Maybe Homer is a health inspector.
Oh,
for some reason.
A health inspector.
Why is he a health inspector? Why does he have this job?
I don't know why.
Wait, he's already a safety inspector.
Yeah.
He's got the resume for this.
He's got the resume.
Maybe he gets fired from the power plant in the same thing that gets Skinner in trouble. This is too complicated.
It's a lot of...
All right, I got this. Forget the angle with Homer working at Krusty Burger. I got a better idea. Krusty Burger's doing a promotion with scratch-off tickets, and Homer is determined to get it. He wants whatever, the big prize is. And so the running gag, it's almost like a C-plot. He's always scratching tickets. He's going to Krusty Burger. He's down in those burgers. He scratched them off. I don't think they've done that.
I don't think they've done that either.
Okay.
But he gets to do it.
Maybe he's got a funny bit, a one per customer, and so he has to put on a disguise or something. Or get people to go in for him. Maybe he's asking like Jimbo, hey, could you go in for me and give me a burger? His
Thanks, Dan. Glad you brought in the real Dan do this role.
But it's like a funny role reversal of teens asking, the adult asking the teen to go in there.
Yeah.
I think that's some funny shtick. So that's Homer's thing. And why did we establish this? Because Skinner needs someone to meet
He's going to be at Krusty Burger. And because Homer needs something to do.
Homer does need something.
Simpsons.
It's true. Homer needs
and
something.
And only Marge could not do something.
That's true. That's a very good rule of The Simpsons. Only Marge cannot do something. And I guess Maggie's no one.
I mean, Maggie's a baby.
Yeah.
As long as they mention her and she gets to make the sound, it's all okay.
You know, and then like Skinner goes to Krusty Burger, and things can go wrong there too.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've really got this B plot, but this A plot is like it needs a little work. Like Marge is there, the kids are there. Like
I feel like someone has to help him make the roast.
Someone's got. All right. So Marge. So the whole Simpsons family is involved, sort of. It's like it's their fault that he's in trouble. I still don't feel like we firmly established what this meal's supposed to be. Like, we established that it shouldn't be important, but it's important to Skinner. Chalmers doesn't seem to care one way or the other. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the deal?
I feel like he's trying to make something up to Chalmers. Maybe the thing that this conflict the episode centered around is something that's just a complete non-issue. It's Skinner overreacting to something, and Chalmers is just looking at it like, oh, yeah, who cares?
What if Chalmers doesn't know about it yet?
Oh, okay.
And he's going to, and this is like a preemptive sort of thing.
Okay, let's make this conflict real non-threatening.
Okay.
Skinner ate something that Chalmers really wanted to eat.
Okay.
Chalmers has like a commemorative 100 years of the school district chocolate bar,
like
that he really wanted,
like a Gummy Venus sort of thing.
Yeah, Gummy Venus sort of thing. Yes.
Yes.
The Simpsons has already done someone eating a commemorative candy.
It's so funny because these are just the good seasons. Like the bad seasons must be filled with stuff I don't even know. Like maybe they did steamed hams the show. Like I don't know.
They did. And then he eats this thing, and he really wants to make it. And Chalmers is gonna have to go back to work.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get there, and he's gonna realize, oh, the chocolate bar is gone.
Yeah.
But Marge or Bart, they can get a suitable replacement.
Oh,
but they have to make sure he doesn't eat it today.
No. Yeah. That's the thing. The unforgettable luncheon. It's not the luncheon. It's the distraction.
Yeah.
Skinner needs to keep him there. That's perfect.
Keep him there.
Oh, that's perfect. I love that. That's why it's not important, because it's just the distraction. I love that. That's it. That's got to be it.
Yep.
So yeah.
And then Aurora Borealis, that could be it could be the house on fire. That happens.
Yeah.
But unrelated to that could be like a thing shining in the window being like, okay, you're good now. We've solved the problem.
Oh, man. Yeah. He goes into the room, like the house is on fire, but he's going to check on...
He's going to check on the signal.
You know, Bart and Lisa outside giving him like the okay sign from behind a tree or something. That's good. And now he's ready to go. Now he's like, oh, that's perfect. He's like, oh, like yes, this house is on fire, so he probably should be wrapping this up anyway.
Yeah.
But it's been solved. Oh, that's wonderful.
Can he see the Northern Lights? No, of course he can't, because the house is on fire.
Right. That's still canon. That's still happening.
But also because then he'll see the kids replacing whatever Chalmers needs.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever it is, they've Skinner like destroyed something, like ate something, backed over with his car, something.
Yeah.
And it's ruined somehow by Skinner, and also like the Simpsons.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I feel like the Simpsons have to be responsible, otherwise why would they help them?
Right. Yeah. They have to replace it in time. Like that's the whole scheme of the episode. They have to like buy it and whatever, fix it up, whatever the thing is.
They gotta fix the problem, but Skinner has to hold Chalmers here for a little while longer.
That's good. And yeah, it was like, I really should be like, he should be getting to that place.
Yeah.
That Bart and Lisa are rigging up for him.
So.
The thing about early Simpsons is Act 1 is unrelated. Act 2 is the setup. Act 3 is the episode. Like, Act 3, Bart gets famous in Act 3. Like, they really shove all of the episode you remember into the third act. So I think Act 1 is, like, the field trip, whatever. We get maybe establish Homer's funny story, like by the end of it. Maybe we establish that, you know, Skinner and Chalmers are, whatever, like their relationship.
Yeah, we established where their relationship is at the start.
Act 2 is... I'm still a little lost in Act 2, but I'm saying the end of Act 2.
End of Act 2 is them ruining it.
Yeah, end of Act 2 is them ruining it. Act 3 is the episode, as the Simpsons do. Act 3 is steamed hams. It's a race against the clock. It's all that stuff, and then it gets wrapped up real nice at the end. So Skinner stands up for himself for once, but then by the end, like, he's got to revert back to his spineless self. I mean, that's how you do it.
Yeah, he stood up for himself, and I never want to do that again.
It's gonna be like sort of at the end of the Armin Tamzarian episode, like there'll be a whole new Seymour Skinner around here. Oh no, there won't. Yes, mother. Act 2 is the real problem area. Like, I don't know.
It needs whatever setup is going to create the problem. Where
we really established like the thing. Like the prized thing, I feel like that's
we established the prized thing. We established how they ruined the prized thing. That's really the heavy lifting we've left The Simpsons, right?
Yeah, they're gonna maybe have to get us there, or perhaps you in the comments can get us there. It's a very jokey. It's like a joke heavy show. Like you need basically Act 2 has to be establish he likes this thing, do a whole bunch of jokes about it.
It probably has to do with Utica.
Or yeah. Yeah, he's from Utica. That's even more funny that Skinner forgot that.
Yeah.
Here's one more crack at Act 2.
Okay.
Let's say that I'm just gonna use like a stand-in here.
Okay.
Let's say Bart gets a very fun chainsaw. Like, I don't. It's just like that's the first thing that comes to my head. And Act 2 is him taking around town. He's like chopping down trees for people, and maybe like the sea captain's like his knot is too knotted and he can't go out to sea. and Bart's the hero there with his chainsaw, and he's just a chainsaw hero. And he accidentally chainsaws through this thing at the school. Maybe Marge's chainsaw hero. Because it's like, Marge with a chainsaw? That's I didn't expect that. And she gets overzealous with it, and she's like, "Oh man, I never thought this would be me. How out of character." Here's one more little idea here. What if Skinner? What if Superintendent Chalmers is the one in trouble? Okay, he's the one who's been doing something wrong with the school, or at least we think so. Like, he's been like counterfeiting textbooks, whatever. Okay. We don't. It doesn't matter what he does.
He's doing something.
He may or may not have done it, but what's important is that the fuzz thinks he's done it.
Okay.
So Skinner's wearing a wire, and that's why he's nervous. And when Skinner runs into trouble, do you know what the code word is?
Yeah.
Aurora Borealis.
Oh.
That's the word. That's the word. So maybe he says Aurora Borealis, and Wiggum is asleep in his car. He doesn't get it, and so they don't come over, and the house burns down.
I don't know why the house would be on fire in this situation, but also, this is very similar to the episodes where Homer wears a wire and where Superintendent Chalmers or someone sells rat milk in the school.
Oh, that's right.
The Simpsons has done everything you've ever thought of.
I guess we should put a bow on this. Unless you have anything more to say.
I think this game is very hard. I don't know how kids used to beat games like these.
I mean, I didn't beat this. I mean, I never played this one, but like the other Simpsons games, I never beat. I didn't really get that far in. That was fun.
That's an episode of The Simpsons.
That was fun. I'm pooped. A good time was had by all.
The house isn't on fire.
Tom, you're an odd fellow, but I must say you adapt a good steamed hams into a show. And then I'm giving Tom the thumbs up now. Okay.
Help! Help!
Thanks for joining us, everyone. That was weird and I guess fun. For me, it was.
Sure.
Bye.
Goodbye.